Hello, you lovely people. We're not going to talk about the hair or the hat. Yeah, I'm going to probably be wearing this for a couple weeks until I'm able to sort it out. But anyway, I wanted to show you the garden. Quite a bit has changed since we last spoke. So I now have sweet corns growing. And this, I reckon I will be able to harvest in maybe about a week. So I have to wait for this to turn completely brown. But it's quite big. I think it's quite impressive. So this is my hand. No, that's not a good angle. Okay, here's my hand. Like, yeah. Tomatoes, they've not been doing too well. This is called, I think it's powder mold. So quite a few of the plants actually have this in the garden. My friend has given me a recipe which I'm going to try and see if it improves it. I've got my sweet potatoes, and here I have physalis. I've planted some, well, you can't see, but I've planted some onions. They're still very small. There was actually a mishap with them. I'd planted way too many, so I had to kind of separate it quite a bit. We have tomatoes. I did not realise these were growing until my friend Anne came round. It's just like, you've got tomatoes. I was like, ah. Unfortunately, I had to remove, so here I had a whole row of lettuce and I've had to remove them just because they started going bad, like quite squishy, and they turned like this kind of browny yellow colour, and it was just very slimy. So I've removed that. I'm going to put something else there, but I haven't decided what quite yet. With regards to, oh, and here, so this is just to mark where I've planted things. So here we have squash, and there are radishes there, and I also planted, is it marigold along there, and that's just obviously for aesthetic reasons, and it has like some properties to help carrots, because there's also carrots. Okay guys, I did a lot. Okay, I went crazy and I've planted a lot of things in the soil, so I'm gonna have to kind of wait to see what actually springs up. But yeah, I did quite a bit, and this is what we've done to try and prevent some of the weeds coming through. Now, I can't take credit for this. I got a lot of support from my friend Anne to do this, but it's all coming along very slowly, but we're getting there. The garden is still an absolute state, but I want to show you this area. Don't judge me. That's my kneading pad, and these are some other tomatoes, and as you can see, look, they've got the infection pretty badly. I removed loads of leaves just because they became really brittle. Hi, Philippe. Hi. Yeah, they became really brittle. And there's this thing growing. I absolutely hate this weed. It's so deep in the ground. I keep digging and trying to get it out. That's what happened here. I just can't. It's fuzzy, it's red, it just freaks me out. So we've got quite a bit of work to do. Anyway, the plan today is we're going to go to Ribeira Brava because there's this shop that does quite good fruit trees, also I've been told, because I recently bought what I thought was a lychee, and I was very excited about it, wasn't I, Philippe? Very excited. It's not, it's a strawberry tree. If I had really paid attention, I would have seen strawberry tree, but I was just really excited. I was like, oh my God, I'm gonna have my own lychee tree. I've done some Googling after speaking to a friend, and apparently they don't taste very well, like very nice. Google said it's like a mild peach, but I've heard from other people it's not pleasant. So yeah, so I want a real lychee tree. We also have a blueberry bush, kumquat, which if I'm honest, I just bought because of the name. I've never actually tried it. Oh, shit. Nearly fell over. A fig tree, and I was swayed because it actually has a fruit growing on it. So I was like, okay, half of the work is done for me. Dragon fruit. After buying this, I was told that the best one is actually the yellow dragon fruit. I think that's the sweetest one, but it was basically 14 euros, which I don't think is too bad. I've watched loads of YouTube videos on how to care for them, so I think I'm kind of an expert now. This is, what is this? Papaya. So I've got papaya seeds, and yeah, nothing's really growing yet. It's been a while. And I've got, what's here? When you really get into the swing of things, you kind of forget. These are melons. So I might plant the melons down there where I removed the lettuce. And then here we have, I think, what is this? It's some type of onion. I keep wanting spring onions, and I'm like 20% sure it's a spring onion. If not, it's some sort of onion. And I can't read that, but we will see. Basil, I've been harvesting quite a bit, so it's not doing too well. So I need to buy more or plant more. And with regards to the patanga tree, I've decided this year we're not wasting any fruits. So I've got this mesh, and the plan is I kind of want to create a hammock under the patanga tree so that I can catch all of the fruits that are about to fall or that are falling. I've got a bit of time to perfect my technique because the orange tree, which is this one, ignore that. Oh shit. The orange tree doesn't bloom until basically like our winter, so around if I remember correctly, I think it's like November I started to see it last year. So I'm going to test with this tree and then hopefully be able to action and be a professional by the time it comes to doing this tree. We've got the guava, which wasn't doing very well, so I stripped it back. It had this type of infection, which is, I don't know what to call them, but they're like these little like white kind of, I'm gonna say parasites, I can't think of what they're called, but that just really freaked me out. So I stripped it back, and I've been hosing it down with water. I've done apple cider vinegar, sorry, not apple cider vinegar, white vinegar, and it's looking a lot better. But look, you can still kind of see spots. Can you? Oh, you can't, the sun's too strong. So I'm working on that. What else? Oh yeah, the mango tree, which is always, Philippe, what are you doing? He's chasing geckos. Fortunately, he's not very good at catching them. There was only like one incident where he managed to catch a tail, but it wasn't the actual gecko. I've got these because I watched some videos, and you want to keep pests away from the mangoes. So these are like little kind of, what are they called? I'm gonna say it's a sack. The videos I watched, it was kind of like a paper bag, but I couldn't find that online. And I went into Agriloja and I found this, and it's basically the same thing, but it's plastic. So I'm gonna, Philippe, I'm going to wait for the mangoes to get bigger, and then I'm going to try putting this on it and see if I'm able to salvage more mangoes. And then I need to try and find a way to preserve them. But it's a learning curve, like I'll learn as I go along. We want to show you what we bought today from the market in Ribeira Brava. So this is maracuja, also known as passion fruit. We have basil, just because we've been using quite a bit of it lately and it hasn't been growing fast enough. And we have Philippe. There's nothing in there. We have yellow dragon fruit to accompany the pink one. And, oh, this is my pride and joy. Okay, yeah, so we have pomegranate, great, but this is my pride and joy. This is known as, colloquially it's called, is it like brownie pudding or chocolate pudding cake, something like that. So here we go. This is the official name. I won't pronounce it because we all know I'll butcher it. The only problem is it seems to be infested with like these. There's more. Hold on. Let me show you. Where are they? Let me get up. Ugh. Can you see like all these? Like there's more. I'm not sure if they're like insects or fungus. Like the leaves aren't looking too well, but it was literally 12 euros. It was the last one, and I didn't think I'd find this plant in Madeira. I've seen people talk about it on YouTube, and it's normally when they're talking about like really exotic plants. So I didn't expect to find it in Ribeira Brava. So